Ornamental fish culture, also known as aquariculture, is the culture of attractive, colorful fishes in confined aquatic systems. It is one of the fastest growing activities worldwide. Presently, it is the second largest hobby after photography. The world trade of ornamental fish is around 15 billion US dollar, and the value is growing approximately at 14% annually. In the ornamental fish trade, about 2,500 species are traded annually, involving more than 125 countries. In India, ornamental fish trade is concentrated in metro cities like Mumbai, Kolkata, and Chennai. However, in the recent past, it is gaining momentum in many non-coastal states like Assam, Bihar, Rajasthan, Punjab, etc. Due to increased awareness along with training and guidance provided by various central institutes, universities, and state fisheries departments. College of Fisheries, Guru Angad Veterinary and Animal Sciences University Ludhiana has taken the initiative to standardize the culture and breeding technologies for economically important ornamental fish species under agroclimatic conditions of Punjab. Facilities have also been developed in the form of indoor and outdoor ornament fish culture and breeding units for research, demonstration, and skill development. Culture of ornamental fish needs elaborative setup. However, breeding can be carried out with the minimum setup in terms of space and other requirements. From hobbyist to be a successful entrepreneur in ornamental fish breeding, one needs to learn the basics and take up the activity in a scientific manner. On the basis of breeding behavior, ornamental fishes can be divided into two broad categories: the live bearers and the egg layers. In live bearers, male fertilizes the female with the help of modified anal fin, the gonopodium. The milt is transferred into female and the young ones are released by gravid female in water. Important live bearers are guppies, mollies, platies, and swordtails. In egg layers, eggs are released in water by female and male simultaneously release milt close to eggs. The eggs are fertilized outside the body of female, which is called external fertilization. Important egg layer varieties are koi, goldfish, barbs, rasboras, danios, gourami, beta, and many more. Identification of live bearers. Mollies have enlarged sail-like dorsal fin. Guppies, the millionfish, are the multicolor species. Platies, the moonfish, have rounded tail fin, and in swordtails, males have a long pointed sword-like extension to caudal fin. Breeding of live bearers. For breeding, male and female are kept together in planted tank in ratio of 1:4. After gestation period of 3-4 weeks, mature female identified by the presence of gravid spot is separated and kept individually or in grouping. Breeding tank having perforated basket or breeding tank having plastic filaments to keep them protected from female. Young ones released by female escapes through mesh and protected from predation by mother. Once female stop releasing young ones, spent female is removed and reared separately on nutritious food, especially live food. Young ones can be reared in the same pool for the some time and then placed in separate tank for further rearing. Commercial scale breeding of live bearers can be carried out by keeping series of perforated baskets in breeding tank, and young ones thus collected are reared in indoor rearing tanks, pits or pools. Breeding of egg layers. Depending upon breeding pattern, egg layers are of different types. Egg scatters laying adhesive eggs. Most common examples are koi carp and goldfish. Egg scatters laying non-adhesive eggs, which include barbs and zebrafish. Egg depositors with cichlids like angelfish, nest builders, gouramis, and fighter fish. Breeding of goldfish and koi carp. Broodstock of goldfish and koi carp can be reared in outdoor or indoor tanks. Broodstock should be kept in separate tanks for at least 1-2 months prior to breeding. For breeding, healthy brooders are selected in the ratio of 1 or 2 males and 1 female, freely oozing out milt in males and bulging belly with eggs coming out with little pressure on abdomen in female clearly indicates the readiness of the brooders. Selected brooders are released during late evening hours in breeding tanks disinfected with 1 ppm KMN04. Sterilized substrate is also provided in the form of natural plants like hydrilla or synthetic fibers in the breeding tank. After 6-12 hours, fertilized golden colored eggs can be seen sticking to substrate. Unfertilized eggs remain opaque and dead eggs become pale white. Once spawning is complete, either parents are removed or substrate with attached eggs are transferred in separate tank. Depending upon the temperature, hatching takes place in 24 to 48 hours with 80-90% hatching success, and hatchlings can be seen sticking to substrate. Breeding of barbs and zebrafish. Due to small size, barbs and danus are reared in indoor tanks. Breeding of barbs and zebras is carried out in glass aquaria or small-sized net cages hanging in tanks. Mature and healthy brooders are selected and introduced in the ratio of 2 or 3 males to 1 female. After 6 to 12 hours, small-sized fertilized eggs can be seen at the bottom of the tank. Once the breeding is over, spent brooders are removed and eggs are kept in the same tank for hatching. Hatching takes place in 48 to 72 hours and tiny hatchlings can be observed at the tank bottom. Breeding of angelfish. The pair of angelfish shares parenting duties, especially the male, fans and guards the fertilized eggs and protect them till hatching. More interestingly, the pair is monogamous in nature, so if one fish dies in pair, the other will never breed again. For breeding from group of angels, healthy and mature pairs are selected. Mature male with long and pointed ovipositor and mature female with broad ovipositor are introduced in 1:1 ratio in glass aquarium having glass plate or any flat surface as spawning site for the egg deposition. Both male and female clean the spawning site after cleaning. First eggs are deposited by female in the form of strings, on which milt is sprayed by male. Both the parents look after their spawn and fan the fertilized eggs by their pectoral fin. In 36 to 48 hours, hatching takes place and hatchlings remained stick to plate. Breeding of gouramis and fighter fish. Both these fish species are nest builders, as male of these have labyrinth organ with which they can engulf air from the surface and prepare bubble nest during spawning season. Male gourami has slimmer body with long and pointed dorsal fin, whereas female have rounded body with short and rounded dorsal fin. Male fighters fish, when mature, become very aggressive, therefore kept separately. Male fighter has long and flat body with elaborate fins, whereas female have short and white body with small fins. For breeding, first male is introduced in glass tank provided with cardboard or banana leaf to provide appropriate humidity and temperature for the preparation of bubble nest by male. Once bubble nest is formed, female is also introduced which lay eggs in the nest built by the male. After egg laying, female is removed and male is kept in the tank till hatching to guard the fertilized eggs. Under optimum environmental conditions, hatching takes place in 24 to 30 hours. Once hatchlings start leaving the nest, male is also removed. In all the egg layer species, after absorption of yolk sac, which takes about 2-3 days, hatchings are fed with infusorians for the first 1 week, followed by zooplankton and Artemia nopili for 1-2 weeks. After that, formulated dry feed or feed available in market can be given. Feed and feeding management. To provide full nutrition, ornamental fishes are provided with dry feed as well as live food. Dry feeds are formulated by using cost-effective and nutritionally balanced, locally available energy and protein feed ingredients. The plant protein sources like groundnut, meal, mustard meal, soybean meal, etc. are most commonly used to fulfill the protein requirement of herbivorous or omnivorous species. While animal origin protein source such as fish meal, shrimp meal, etc. are used to fulfill the requirement of carnivorous fish. Selected ingredients are mixed to prepare feed in dough or pelleted form, which can be given to fish as per requirement. Commercially available feeds can also be used to provide balanced diet of ornamental fish. Dry diets provided to fish should be nutritionally balanced in all aspects like protein, carbohydrates, and fats, along with micronutrients like vitamins and minerals and pigments. Live feed is the integral part of ornamental fish feeding. Live food such as zooplankton, redworms, tubifex, earthworms, and Artemia cyst and Nupili, etc., provide essential nutrients to fish. Fish is provided with varied live foods according to the size of the organism and mouth size of fish. Live food can be collected from natural sources or can be cultured. The use of appropriate combination of dry feed and live food enhances the survival, growth, and breeding efficiency of the fish, besides providing pigments for color development. Health management of ornamental fish. Prevention is better than cure. It is the best option to keep the fish in good health. Keep a close watch on behavior and appearance of fish, and in case of any abnormal behavior, isolate the fish in separate tank. Maintain proper water quality parameters in optimum range, especially dissolved oxygen, temperature, pH, and ammonia. Apply prophylactic measures like common salt, methylene blue, potassium permanganate, etc. as therapeutic measures. Strictly follow the biosecurity measures and quarantine procedures to prevent and treat the diseased fish. Treat the fish with approved medicines and antibiotics at recommended dose in case of disease conditions. Marketing of ornamental fish. At present, there is no organized market for ornamental fish in Punjab except aquarium or pet shops. In these outlets, ornamental fish and related accessories imported from non-coastal states are sold. Hence, there is ample scope for the trained ornamental fish breeders to develop local market for farm-produced quality fish. Profitability and income depends upon a number of factors. The majors are species being cultured and bred, size of culture and breeding unit, and investing capacity of the entrepreneur. However, breeding of ornamental fishes can be adapted as small-scale backyard to large-scale commercial level activity. One can start small-scale backyard unit of live bearers in an area of around 300 square meter, as with capital investment of rupees 60,000 and recurring expenditure of rupees 15,000. With this expenditure, the earning can be up to the tune of rupees 5,000 to 6,000 per month, and from large-scale unit in an area of 1,000 square meter with a fixed cost of rupees 1,75,000 and recurring cost of rupees 30,000, one can earn up to rupees 13,000 to 15,000 per month.